Later in LA, she was starstruck. Got me living off the other world on Starbucks. Got me asking, baby, when can it be my turn to go outside and light the sky before I'm stardust? Giveaway. If you can tell me the name of the song via DM anywhere, the Good Living Podcast. No, I think it's just Good Living Podcast on Instagram or Good Living Podcast on TikTok or my DMs on Facebook or WhatsApp. First two people to give me the answer, I get 5,000 each. This song I just sang, yeah, the name of the artist and the name of the song. Um, welcome to another episode of the Good Living Podcast. I know this is not what we discussed. This is not how I said I'll be releasing these things. I missed the Thursday episode. I missed the Monday episode, and now I'm just dropping this as a compensation to people who have waited. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose you guys. All right, and it's been a hell of a season. Right? A lot of things have come up. No, this is not excuses are not excuses. I'm just trying to give you a rundown of what's going on in my life and around around the ground. It's been a very tough start to the year. I'm not going to lie. I don't know when your life is going good, right? When you begin to think that this is nice, I'm feeling okay. Like, what could possibly go wrong? If you have a car, that is the right time for it to begin to act up. And it doesn't just space out itself. And the thing is, the most annoying part of this whole thing is whatever has happened with this car, right? It's problems that I know I'm supposed to have fixed. It's things that I know I'm supposed to have replaced or things I'm supposed to have checked. And I just thought, I can put it off to when I have a little more money than I do now, which is coming. So I would just postpone it. So at some point, I forgot about it, right? Money came, I used it. Okay, something else is supposed to drop for me. And I'm like, okay, when that one happens. But in between the time when the last one came and the next one, this period, they've just been breaking, as things in my car just breaking down one after the other. And they didn't even space themselves well because if one thing I'm supposed to fix needs replacement and I replace that, I'm like, okay, this is a certain X amount of money that I didn't plan to spend, but I spent it and the car is up and running now. Cool. So whatever the problems that are going to come up will be, I'm going to fix them when money comes. So those problems can arise when money has come into my hand. But no, all of them just accumulated themselves, right? And they're just draining a man. But we give thanks to God, yeah. Because at the end of the day, the fact that you can do these things and solve these problems, even with a little complaint here and there, and be healthy is a positive. And yeah, I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday. Man, this is heartfelt. Look, I really don't like. I think I go into this thing on my WhatsApp enough about men and women, and people who understand that God knows I love women, right? And I don't see them as lesser creatures than men. They are very, very useful. They are essential to our reproduction as a human, as a race. I'm talking about human race. Or any race you belong to, the women in your race are the ones who are making sure that there's a continuity in that race. So sometimes I just try to say the truth, but maybe my wording of this truth is a little too harsh. And then it's difficult that way. Let me give you a perfect example of how you cannot be harsh when talking about women or saying things that have to do with women. If I if a man is called, it doesn't matter who calls him that, right? It could be a man or a woman that calls another man broke. You're broke and you're fat. He's broke and he's fat now. People around who just look at him and be like, yeah, he's pretty fat. And look at his shoes and look at his watch or look at his clothing and yeah, it doesn't even seem like he has that much money either. Man, you need to fix yourself, man. And the man would think of it by himself. Even other men would look at it, yeah, you are really fat, and then they would laugh at him. You need to hit the gym or something. You need to lose weight. Nobody shame, which is actually a funny word. If you're just saying what it is, it's not body shaming. If you're fat and they call you fat, it's not body shaming. So tell a man he's fat or he's broke. He has to. The other men around him will be like, yeah, you need to fix that up. You need to, get money and you need to hit the gym. They won't tell him like, literally, but the body language and the words that they will use, that is what they are going to be driving at. In the same scenario, you see a woman that is obviously fat, which maybe in pounds will be heavier than that man in question. But you say, you're fat. This girl, let's say your name is Jane. Jane, you're fat and you're broke. The women around you will be, how can you say that kind of thing to her? That's, So I believe I have to like start wording my arguments with that kind of formula now, because I understand that women just hate when you tell them the truth, especially when you dump it on them like that. You have to ease it in, like, and oh shit. Okay, disclaimer. I don't know what the fuck that was. You have to ease it in, right? If you're trying to say something to them, even if it's the truth. But that's not my nature, so I might make a mistake. But just know that I'm more aware of these things now, and so I'll make an effort. I'll make an effort to try and be, you know, softer in the landing. And yeah, someone talked about my sound last time. Yeah, I got some complaints about my sound. Say I go far away from the mic and then come close. It's like loud, and it's like when Trump is talking, you have to adjust your volume accordingly, and it's stressful. So sorry. I have my mic in. There we go. I have my mic in my hand. Yeah, I mistakenly turned it off that time. And so when I'm talking, sometimes in real life, naturally, I use hand gestures, and I'm supposed to be using the free hand to do my hand gestures, but sometimes I just forget and then start using my microphone hand, and occasionally take the mic away from my mouth. But I'm more conscious of that now as well. So the thing I wanted to say, I was having a conversation with somebody, and she was telling me how one of her friends, who I've met, by the way, beautiful hot girl, was saying that she doesn't really want to date anybody, and because when she meets a guy, they're always like after her body, you know, so it's difficult to actually choose, because you know they're always after her body. And this girl is like, she's beautiful, not like Miss World beautiful or anything, like not like even Miss Bene beautiful, but like she's okay. Her face is nice, and then she has a banging body. I would say that, right? So by most men's standards, she has a banging body. So I was trying to explain, I was trying to lecture, as I always do. I do not like to do this. I do not like to do this, but I don't know why God has put this in me. And I've heard my father speak. I think I got this talent from him. I don't know which of my family members know how to draw, where I got that one from. But if you see speaking and just talking and trying and making sense and having people listen, I think I got that from my dad, because wherever he's been, wherever I've heard him speak, I used to be struck by this man should be an orator. But yeah, never was an orator at any point in time. Just made good speeches. Enough about my dad for now. Um, so like, and that's the reason why. And so critical thinking. Yeah, I like to solve the problem. So I said I know this girl to an extent, and the reason I know her the way that I do is not because I've met her before. It's because too many people that I know her. Almost, look, I would say 90% of the boys, men that I'm friends with, that I know, that I've met, know her just by her picture, you know. And on Christmas Day, I did a lot of, I went to many places and I met people. And I was having a conversation on Christmas Day when I was already half drunk with a group of guys that I've never met before, like six of us, right? And we were just randomly discussing things that we did not like about girls, or that would make us not feel, things that we don't like when we have a girl. I don't like from a girl that would want to date, right? Is this, before I say this, the truth is, those boys want her body. That's what I said. It's the truth. Any boy that is coming around her, the reason why she's not saying yes to be in a relationship with them is because they're after her body. And I'm sure she's correct about that. I'm sure she's correct about that. She's not lying about that. It's not an excuse. But let me say this. One thing they said was, we were just saying random things. We were just saying random things. And then you see, and that's the one who like, bah, you go get babe. New babe like this, you can't carry and come meet your guys. But this random, I've forgotten his name. I won't call him random guy. This because they're cool guys. What this guy was saying was, you come carry the babe, right? He said it in pidgin, so I'm just trying to quote him. You come carry the babe, go to your guys, then you want to introduce them. Then you go say how far, babe, meet my friend James. Then before you know, another of your friend, before you even get to him, how far now he's now greeting the girl. Or two of your guys already know the girl. Like, that's messed up. from a man's perspective. Now we don't understand a lot of things that women do go through, or the way they experience things is different from men. But that's one thing that guys don't like. If girls didn't know this, guys don't like it when you meet a guy for the first time, he's introducing to his friends, and then like half his friends already know you. Then why? So let me just go back to what I said to this person I was having a conversation with. I said the reason is because they're not seeing another thing to want. If you give them something else to want, they will begin to want that thing. You understand? Your body is the most apparent one, is the one that is in front. It is the one that attracted you in the first place. No matter what anybody says about anybody, whether it's their wife or their fiance or their girlfriend, now they will say, I like her personality. She's submissive, she's respectful, she's hardworking. All this is they say. The first thing that attracted them in the first place was not the submissive. Submissive is not the show. You get what hardworkingness, no, the hard work, not the show. It is the physical appearance that first attracted any man to any woman he's with in the first place. And then they now saw other things. So I'll tell you this: when physical attraction, when physical appearance attracts a man in the first place, yeah, it means that he wants to get physical with that person. At least foundationally, that's what he wants to do. He might want more, but the beginning, that's what he wants to do. If he can get that out of the way, he'll get it out of the way. Some people love in a certain way that I think experience will show you that this might be wrong. But what I know is some people love in a certain way that they don't want to sleep with you first. And I had this before, but just it's when I was younger. Now I still love, but I would not love you and tell myself I'm keeping you. Like if you're a virgin, I understand that. Okay, yeah, let's not do this. But anybody I meet and I love, I want to get physical with you still. You get. Because when I was younger, I'll be like, "Nah, I really don't even want to have sex. I just want to love you." Nah. But people still, I have somebody who is even probably older than me that has said this thing to me that he doesn't want to sleep with that girl he's falling in love with now. Yeah, so to each his own. But by the general, if I take an average, yeah, like 90 or 80% of men, physically they want to get with you first. So that's the foundation. That's why that's why I said surely they wanted to sleep with her. Now, something else, right? Something else that happened would be sorry, something is going on outside my window. Oh god, that's why I don't want any distractions. Let me just focus and record this fucking thing. So something else that they would want, anything else that they would want from you. Sorry, I'm just blabbing. Anything else that they want from you would be something that you show that you can offer. For example, if you just met that girl, let's just call the girl Jennifer, that's a very common name. If the boys who meet Jennifer just met Jennifer and maybe they collected her Instagram and they went to her Instagram and they didn't see pictures where she's like leaning towards the camera to obviously show her cleavage, or if they didn't see twerk videos of her shaking her bum bum at the camera, or see pictures taken out. Look, girls, all of you do this and you're used to it, but it doesn't mean we like it, right? Or they see, thirst trap after thirst trap on her Instagram. Then they'll be like, well, then possibly there are other men are seeing this in the way I'm seeing it, which means other men will be in her DMs showing her attention, and other men are interested in her as much as I am, right? So there's pressure on this girl. She wants to be out there, she wants the attention, which is why she has this kind of posts up. So who is to say that she's not entertaining already like 4 or 5 people just the way I am? That she's entertaining me here. Who is to say that she's not doing that? So um it just deflates the man's intentions, even if it was more than that. At least for many men. For many men. And let me say this before I continue. This was a little bit difficult for me to accept at first, but I'm beginning to accept that men are different as well. Not every man is a I won't say alpha or alpha male, because I don't even consider myself an alpha. I consider myself more of like a sigma, because I don't want all of that cloud or people following me or that kind of thing. But not every man is of this. I don't know how to describe it in words, but like of high masculine energy that just you know takes your self-esteem, not self-esteem or pride or anything like that, but just takes your self-respect and your the way you view yourself up there. I don't man, it's difficult to explain. But what I understand is there are males who are like, I'll call them beta males, like beta males. They are like a second class or second tier of males who would accept certain things that another class of males would not accept. And I found it difficult to understand it before. I thought that as a man, this is what you do, this is what you want, this is what you should do, this is how you should think and act and behave. But certain men, it's not like that. Not every man believes it. And I'm not saying the men who don't believe this or are all second class or super men. Not every ideal that I believe in should be taken up by all men of high standing or high standards or whatever. But I'm just saying there are characteristics to certain types of men, and I think those who accept certain type of things are lower class than other types. Doesn't make them any less of men. They're just different types, right? There are men who are satisfied by little. There are men who are never satisfied and they would keep going for more, whether it's respect, status, power, money. All right. So let me just get out of the way first. So this thing I'm saying, most men who are like of the other class, the main class I'm referring to, Alpha, Sigma, they would look at that and be like, I don't want to take this kind of person and say my own babe because that does not really improve my pride. Because now, that kind of girl I told you now would know a lot of boys because a lot of boys will be checking her. And she's single, then she's going to be entertaining a lot of boys at the same time. I'll not be sleeping with her, but flirting, collecting money from them and favors. And so a lot of people know your name and be think that they have a chance and be close to you in a certain way. So somebody that thinks like me would not want to carry that and put in front and say, okay, this is my own and be introducing her to my friends because the chances that my friends would know her, I have to find somewhere more quiet. The chances that my friends would know her are high, and I don't want to. It's like people see, it's like people see maybe shawarma right on the road, and they will touch the shawarma or they will look at it and they will pass and leave it. They look at it. Like everybody has met that shawarma, but nobody really took it and said, okay, this is my shawarma now. I'll take it home and microwave it and keep it. Right then, you now carry it and take it home and microwave it and keep it. And you know your friends come, you say, yo, I found this nice looking shawarma, and then you show them, say, yo, I saw this shawarma on the road now. They ignored it and you took it. So that doesn't make you respected among your peers. And a lot of men want that or want a woman that can add that to them. So that's why if she's saying okay, she doesn't want to because people want her body. It's because even those people really want her body. They will tell her, okay, I want you to be my girlfriend. But once they slept with her, they will just have relationship issues until it expires. So that's one thing, yeah. The next one is the actual body count. I know, and I will say this thing: any man that say he doesn't care about your body count, I will say better milk to you. Like that's who you are. It doesn't change. It doesn't mean yeah, learning less of a man. Everybody has what they like or what they will tolerate or what they will take. But I'm telling you, majority of men or the men me I hang out with would not take a high body count female. And the more people you know, the chances that your body count is higher, which just links directly to the previous thing I just said. So, like I said, this girl is hot, and you see a lot of all of us know that we have aunties, we have people, family, friends, people who are like beautiful but old and not necessarily married. And why is that? Yeah, and it's because they've seen you finish, or the people who you want to marry. Because these women, when you are beautiful, you believe that you deserve a certain kind of man. And here is where it's tricky for women. Yeah, if you if you if you're beautiful, right? It means that you have a lot of men coming to you. You're getting attention from different kinds of men. So you're getting attention from rich, tall, handsome men. You're getting attention from also lower class men who are not as rich or as tall or as good looking. And you have this thing where you have to pick, and then you're picking the richer guys. So the people you go out on dates with are the richer ones always. The people you sleep with are the richer ones always. And all of that. But then the richer ones, when they want to get married now, richer guys, when they want to get married, are looking for somebody that most people, like I said, I'm not going to generalize for all men because there are rich guys who are actually married to like popular women. But I'll tell you something. There are richer guys when they want to get married, right? It's not that they are looking for. They're looking for somebody that is out there that everybody knows because they want something that will add to their respect. They worked hard to get money. If it's sex, they can pay for it. If it's cooking, they can pay for food. If it's children, there are women who want to have their babies, or they will simply just be impregnating everybody. If you want abortion, take money, go and abort. If you want to keep the child. Good, then I want a child and I'll have the child. So the other thing you add to them is just respect, make them feel good about themselves and make them feel relaxed. So if you're out there, you've been having attention from all different, you've been entertaining attention for well, maybe your prime 5 to 10 years, maybe when you were 19 to when you were, let me just say 5, because at 29 to you're past it. From 19 to 25, your prime 6 years, you were entertaining attention from different rich guys, going on dates with them, taking pictures with them, sleeping with some of them. When you want to actually marry, a rich guy with that history would not take you. They took you for as I said, they made this statement before. When it comes to relationships and sex, women are the ones choosing. When it comes to serious stuff, serious relationships and marriage, men are the ones choosing. So you choose all the rich guys because they were available to you. But when it's time to get married, now the rich guys, they now have a plethora of women to pick from, and they will pick the one who most likely will improve their ego. Who their friends say, I don't know, I get this hot girl come off. Where you see this girl from? She's beautiful, but nobody knows her. That's what these guys want. That's what most men want. Confirm this. If you're a woman, confirm this with a man, and let me tell you. So if you're not that kind of girl, no matter how good you are, good looking you are, for you to get somebody who wants you beyond your body will be difficult. The fact that you know how to sew is useless to him. That's fact. The fact that you know how to do makeup or you have a makeup business is useless to him. A rich man wants to provide for you. Not even rich man. A man who has that mindset of like the alpha or sigma mindset wants to provide for you. Doesn't mind if you work or not. He's not doing equal partnership. He wants to provide everything for you. So if you have your own money, okay, cool. If you don't, it's his duty to bring money into their relationship or household. Facts. So how will I say facts on my own talk for heaven's sake, oh boy. So it's his responsibility to bring money into their relationship or household. So he doesn't care about your money. He cares about how you make him feel and how you make him look to the society, to his friends. So with that history, you won't make him look good. And so the example of this Jennifer now, that's why men want the things they want from her, just her body, because that's one thing that is shining through. But it's not enough for the long term. It's not enough for somebody to stay, because eventually another girl that is fine with hot body will come their way and they will cheat on her, or they will just simply leave her because the body they've gotten, right? And then there's all the entire baggage of billing now, and maybe her own infidelity, because she might be unfaithful as well, because she might think she's too hot to just be with one man, or maybe that guy's not providing enough. She will want to like take money from other places, hence just going out hanging out with other men who she would not like. So it's a bad recipe for a long-term relationship, and that is why men want just your body. It's because there's nothing else. So what would I advise you do? If you're a woman and you're attractive, or even if you're not, but you think you want to, you know, get your prime years in order and you want to get married to a rich man, this is what you should do. Stop posting test traps on social media. They shouldn't be pictures of your breast and your nyan shaking online on the internet. All right. If everybody has access to that side of you, then it makes you less valuable. It makes you less valuable. And the only way somebody who behaves like that can actually get an actual rich man to marry is if the man does not know that about them. Or a beta male who has made money would say he doesn't mind that. It might be okay, it might hurt him, but he doesn't mind. I don't think beta males, the reason why they take women the way they take women is, especially, they're always very patient with good looking women who have a scary past. It's because they themselves don't think that they deserve better. Even if they are rich, the mindset doesn't allow them to think that, they can do better than this woman because she's beautiful. They're like, the fact that I have bagged her, I don't worry about her past. I will just, let's just, as long as I'm the one that's her boyfriend, I'm okay with it, Okay, she has slept with these two of my friends in the past. I don't mind. It's me that is with her now. They just feel so privileged to be with that woman. And that is why they accept the relationship the way it is. And that is their own, I'm not saying they're stupid for it. So that is why those men take those things. And then uh women in your prime years, what you should do is don't post test traps, right? Limit the amount of men you actually sleep with. And which means some girls actually don't sleep with people outside of a relationship, but they still get around to sleep with a lot of people because they say yes to almost everybody that does them. Because it will cast, guys would know that, hey, this girl, she know they sleep now relationship straightly. So if they follow her with love, you know. And I think that's a very wicked thing to do, to trick a girl that you love her just so that she will call you her boyfriend and you not sleep with her. And after a few weeks, you start acting up and then she has to break up with you. And that's wicked. But so a lot of guys do that to that girl. So your body count is still high. So think carefully about the kind of thing. I remember in women's conferences when I was younger, they used to teach you how to actually be a woman, not teaching you to live your life to please a man. But at the end of the day, it's good for you because if you behave like that, you attract that kind of man that you want to attract at the end of the day. If you don't want to get married, fine, good for you. But I'm not going to argue with any 20-something year old that's telling me she doesn't need marriage because you don't know whether you need marriage or not. All right. If I talk to a 60-year-old or a 50-year-old or married woman and she says, as she looks at it, marriage is not really useful safe for her, then I can have an argument. And I can try to say, and I don't even have a right to argue with herself because I'll be too young to know anything. She's older than me and she's lived it is her life. But when a 20-something-year-old says you don't need a man, even if you make money, there are things that bring satisfaction, right? To a man, what gives a man satisfaction is having money, being able to provide, looking good. Not looking good is not even up there, self. It's just being able to provide, being able to protect in any situation. So men picture themselves as the strongest in the room. If there's a danger, he's fighting five guys. You know, if there's money he wants to spend, provide for everybody, let everybody take one beer. That kind of thing is what men want. To be able to provide, whether it's for a family, for the woman they love, be able to provide and to be able to protect and guide. That's what a man. That's the joy. That's the satisfaction that a man gets. That's manly. That's masculine satisfaction. Feminine satisfaction from what 4 or 5 years that I've asked this question directly would come from you know having the respect of your. I would do bring another analogy. But these thoughts are just rushing into my head. Would come from you know what? Thank you very much for listening to the Good Living Podcast. I'm going to have a part 2 up tomorrow. Bye.